Welcome back to day 49 of our one pose a day for 100 days. Almost halfway there. All right, today's practice is a revolved side angle pose version. So I say version because we won't be coming into the full version. I like to do modified until we're fully warmed up. So I'm going to show you some ways to use a chair, optional, or blocks. Let's get started. Find a nice comfortable stance. Let's take some nice arriving breaths. Inhaling, arms out to the side. Exhaling, lowering. As we do, let's raise the head, look upwards towards the hands. Exhaling, chin to chest. Letting yourself arrive to your one pose practice today. Letting everything else outside go. Next time you draw the palms overhead, let's exhale, palms together and down. Always, as we're advancing through poses, it's great an idea to warm up, maybe do some of the other day practices or some of those bonus sequences, warm up the body. So I'll demonstrate and then we'll decide which option you'd like to do, and we'll come into the pose together, holding for several rounds of breath as we like to do. So one is to use the chair. So I'll move the blocks off to the side. You can use a block also to lift the chair even a little bit higher. But using the chair, I'm going to demonstrate. So watching first, we'll come to hands on the chair seat, and I'm going to step my right foot outside the right side of the chair. So I'm going to have my chair a little bit to the side so I can keep my foot on the sticky mat. And I'll step my left foot back. Now we'll come into a relatively high lunge here. My left foot is back on the ball of the foot, standing nice and tall. My right knee is just behind or right over the ankle. And I'll use the chair, or you can use a block to get even a little bit higher. Now, I'm going to move the block just so I can show. My left hand is going to be inside my right knee, almost in line with my left shoulder here. Start with that right hand on your hip and roll that shoulder back. I'll take a nice inhale and I'll press that left arm long, and I'm lengthening my spine. And then I'm going to exhale as I twist my chest towards that right thigh or knee. Now, here's where we'll hold the pose. Going to ground down nice and strong through that right leg. Draw that right hip in. Option here, if that right shoulder is open and happy, we're going to raise that right arm out to the side and reaching just about an angle with that left arm. So finding where you're feeling it, where you can keep it nice and open and elongated. If you find that your chest is diving towards the floor or that right thigh, then keep the hand on the hip and focus on rolling that shoulder back and trying to press that left arm long to get out of jamming that shoulder socket. So then we'll hold here for several poses, and then we'll, breaths, not poses, and then we'll switch sides. So I'll come out of the pose. That's the chair version. I'm going to demonstrate the floor version, and then you can decide which you'd like to do, and we'll come together. So we'll start on our hands and knees. You can use a blanket if the floor is really hard, but we won't stay on the knees. Option to do that, but you might go back and check the revolved low lunge, which you'll have one knee on the floor. So we'll start with stepping my right foot forward, and you can use two blocks, sorry about that, just to get yourself balanced, and one hand on each block. Just to start, I'm going to curl my left toes under and press my left leg long, and I'm bending that right knee, and again keeping that same knee alignment that we're following, a little bit behind the ankle or right over it, grounding down, drawing that right hip in. And now I'm bringing that left block inside my right foot, and I'm pressing my palm into the block, and it's right under my left shoulder. The same idea. So this is where the version happens, is we're keeping that left hand inside the knee rather than outside. We can come to that version, we might do that later on as the days go by. Bringing my right hand on my hip, same idea. I rotate my chest towards that right hip. Keep that hip drawing in so it's not pressing way out to the right. And then again, keeping that right shoulder if it's happy. Arms at a little bit of an angle, not straight overhead, a little bit back behind you, turning the head to slightly look up or keep that head straight. Try not to let that head hang. All right, so then we'll hold there for a few breaths, and then we'll come back and do the other side. So grab the props you'd like to use if you want to use the chair version or on the floor. So remember, on the chair is moved a little bit to the left so your foot can stand outside that right side of the chair seat. Come into your tabletop version. We'll step that right foot forward, whether the side of your chair or ahead of your chest on the floor. Hands on the block or the chair. Curl the left toes under. Press that left leg nice and long. Come into your lunge, either hands on the chair seat or on the block. We'll take that left hand wherever it is, either on the chair seat or the block, right inside that right foot, right under your shoulder. Everyone bring your right hand to your hip. Now press that left arm long, lengthen your spine. Take a nice inhale. As you exhale, turn the chest towards that right thigh. Remember to draw that right hip in energetically. You can stay here, especially if that right shoulder is injured, or reach that right arm up with the palm facing away from you. Really lengthen through both arms. You can either turn and look slightly up. You don't want to strain the neck. Keep the gaze forward. Just think of that ear lifting, that top ear lifting slightly up, so we're not hanging the head, hanging out on that neck. And then hold here as you find your nice even breaths. Nice smooth inhale and exhale. It's a good time to check in with the breath. If you're really shortening your breath or holding it, that's when you'll want to back out of the pose. Maybe either bringing that right hand down or coming out of the pose completely, not straining ourselves. So trying to find that nice easeful breath while we hold the pose here. Let's take another couple of breaths. It's within the holding of the pose that we actually find our resilience. We can do something knowing that we are going to come out of it. One more nice full breath. As you exhale, bring that right hand either back to the chair or the other block. Stepping the feet together, feeling the chair or the knees. Let's come into a nice child pose. If you're doing the chair, hands can be on the chair seat. Walk your feet back. Bend your knees, press your hips back, or come into a nice child pose. Palms on the block. Take a few nice extended breaths. Allowing the breath to slow down a little bit from that little bit of a challenge in our revolved lunge. Or Parivrtta Parsvakonasana is the Sanskrit version. All right, let's come back up to our tabletop, whether you're on the chair or the floor. Step the left foot forward. Remember, if you're in the chair, you're moving, or using the chair, you're moving it to the right side of your mat, so your left foot can step outside the left side of the chair. And hands on the chair or the blocks. Curl your right foot under, press that right leg long, bending that left knee, ground down through that left foot. Think of drawing the left hip, the energy of the left hip in, and then we'll come to either hand on the floor or the block. I'm just using the block here to show, remember, it's always nice because we want to keep the spine nice and long. If we come down to the floor, that's okay. Just come into a little bit deeper of a lunge. I'm going to do the same thing I did on the other side. I'd recommend that. Left hand on your left hip, roll the shoulders back, strengthen through that right arm. Take your nice inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, twisting the chest to the left. Left hand can stay here on the left hip or raise that left arm. Really lengthen through both arms. Turning the head slightly up to the ceiling or keep the head nice and neutral. Pause here. Nice, finding your nice easeful inhale and exhale. Feeling the strength of the body in this pose. Finding that stillness as we hold our revolved side angle. Remember, we want to balance out the pose, holding the same on both sides. Take 2 more nice, full, easeful breaths. Always listening to your own body, coming out whenever you need to. As you exhale next, bring that left hand down, hand on the chair or the blocks. Step that left foot back, find your child pose. Chair, seat, or blocks. Sitting your hips back. Find your nice long spine. A nice easeful breath. And together, let's all come on out. You can find a nice seated position. Sorry I didn't have my blanket today, but here's a nice block version. Bring the block right between your ankles, sitting on the block with the knees bent. If that doesn't work for you, find another nice comfortable position. We'll take our nice closing breath, arms out to the side. Take a nice inhale, palms overhead. Exhale, draw your palms together and down. I thank you for joining this one pose practice today of our revolved side angle pose in this version. We'll try another version later, or Parivrtta Parsvakonasana. I'd love your feedback, your comments. Maybe hit the like button, and I'll see you tomorrow.